Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN. Sponsored by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. On ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's a great day to be alive on this Tuesday. Kyle Brust and Ortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust, alongside Kyle Wallace. He's our Packer owner. Say something, Kyle.
It's Tuesday.
Yes, we just said that. Yeah.
Turn up on a Tuesday.
I'm still waiting for the day that he gives me something other than just repeating the day.
Turn up on a Tuesday. Almost over the hump. It's Thirsty Thursday.
Well, what am I supposed to say?
I believe yesterday was it's another great Victory Monday.
What am I supposed to say? It is Tuesday. It's time to turn up.
You know what I've been thinking? Like just something thought-provoking.
Kyle's that manager that walks in on the coworkers and be like, hey, it's Turn Up Tuesday, everybody. And it's like, all right, here we go.
I'm going to a concert tonight, so I am turning up on a Tuesday. T Grizzly.
Cool.
No
Cash
idea.
Doll.
Never heard of T Grizzly.
Strofe.
Cash Doll.
You know who T Grizzly is. Oh, come on.
I might know one song.
First Day Out.
Sing it.
No.
Yo, praying on my downfall. You know they praying on my downfall.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Where's that at?
Where's that at? It's at the Riverside Theater tonight. Free concert.
Of course it's free.
Free.
Brad Nortman, longtime
I'll see you
NFL
there.
punter, a guy who also loves free things.
Oh, love free things.
Does anybody love free things more than our two guys here?
Did you see the free things that were delivered into our freezer? We're going to be there Friday at Palermo's. Palermo's pizzas in our freezers here.
I did.
You guys know the usual route I take, usually just right out the door.
Somebody's making a little pit stop
Oh,
upstairs.
you're coming upstairs with us, huh?
Upstairs with you guys. How about that?
It was
Thanks
nice
to
of Brad to
Palermo's.
make an appearance upstairs after last week. He did not help his team decorate their Halloween conference room.
I heard they did a great job, though. Great job.
Did you even go upstairs to look at it?
What was
I
what was
did
your
not.
team's theme?
The Bucks. Go Bucks.
Oh, the Bucks
that
room.
was
the
Bucks
1-3
room.
Milwaukee Bucks.
That was
Yeah.
the worst one,
It was the worst one?
without a doubt.
Oh, wow.
It was behind Stropes, which
I guess
And
that's
mine was rough.
yeah.
I was probably second or third worst, but the Bucks one was certainly last place.
Did you end up doing yours all alone?
No, I ended up getting a little bit of help.
Wow. I couldn't even imagine trying to conquer decorating something. No, I have no
Leave
vision.
it all to Lexi.
No vision at all. 100%. Lexi, you got it, babe.
I just find it
Sporty
interesting
Spice.
that I'm the free food guy, but Brad doesn't like going upstairs after 5. But for some free Palermo's, which is worth it, you're going upstairs today.
Yes, I am.
Again, I'm not.
Yes,
not-
I am.
Consider me shocked.
And
This is my shocked
But
voice.
this is the one day how much I want Palermo's, as Brad knows. I'm
I
trying to
feel
lose weight.
shocked. Thank you, Brad. Alex Strofe running the show, UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. And on YouTube, you can see our beautiful faces. ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Madison. Mad City Brew chimes in right away. LOL, it's almost 80 degrees in Milwaukee, and Kyle Wallace is dressing like it's 50 outside.
In my defense, is it not cold in this office?
You know what? I did make that comment. I am dressed like it is 80 outside, but I was a little chilly in here. A little chilly.
This office has a weird way of being like the dichotomy to whatever's outside. When it's hot outside, it's cold in here. Cold outside, hot in here.
Isn't that how all places work?
But it's extremely cold.
Yeah.
Or extremely
It is to
hot.
an extreme, but
I'm just impressed by the use of the word dichotomy.
Yeah,
I was going to try
sprinkle it in
antithesis
there.
again, but I was scared I was going to mess
no,
it
go
up.
ahead,
So
go ahead.
good. That would've
No,
been
I nailed it
outstanding.
there, so I'm not going to try and go back and get the record scratch from Strofe.
I actually went outside today to catch the sun a little bit because by the time we get done,
You
with
sweating?
work- No, by the time we get, I just need the warmth. My hands are freezing.
Hands are cold.
I told you I get very cold around here. I'm not built for cold weather. If you guys didn't know it, my lineage, history, heritage makes me a little bit more accustomed to the sun.
Is that? I'm going to leave that one alone.
It's the truth. I'm not built for this weather. Don't you know where I come from? Well, my
Earlier
ancestors.
this morning on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Wisconsin in the mornings, 5 to 7 on 94.5 ESPN, 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Oh, man. Really happy to hear from Adam Schefter earlier talking about the status of what looks like Jordan Love for Sunday's game against the Detroit Lions with our guys, Evan, Canty, and Michelle.
He came out better in testing than I think everybody hoped he would. I believe he's going to play on Sunday. I believe he'll be out there. That injury was not significant enough to prevent him from playing what is going to be a huge key game that could help decide the NFC North. And again, I think they were fortunate that it wasn't worse. They're being called day to day. But my guess today on Tuesday at 8:07 Eastern, my guess is Jordan Love will make it back and play.
Here's what I'll say to this, and that was Adam Schefter on Sportsmanlike across ESPN Radio and ESPN Wisconsin's in the morning. Adam Schefter doesn't just say things to say things. You may not like him. I don't care. But on Tuesday, to go on a morning radio show, he had to have gotten information from somebody to tell you that he's going to be playing on Sunday, which is exciting to me because yesterday we had the minor debate, right? And look, we didn't barely talk about the Jaguars game, and I'm kind of happy about that because I am very, very excited for the 325 matchup. The Packers, who are in second place in the division, 6-2, against the 6-1 Detroit Lions, who are in first place because they already had their bye. I'm excited for this. And if Jordan Love plays, you're saying, hey, we want this. We want the division means something. We're playing for a 1 seed in the NFC. All the power rankings across the NFL have the Lions as the best team in the NFC and the Packers in the second best team in the NFC. Did I say NFC North? No, I said in the NFC. So the idea that Adam Schefter's giving me optimism that Jordan Love will play excites me about this matchup because I want to see the Packers take the North.
Listen, I understand the excitement as the immediate reaction, and you're totally right about Adam Schefter. He's a journalist, like a capital J journalist. He'll only say something if it's sourced, if it's credible.
He didn't even source it.
No, well, and that's his like full MO is like not being a hot take guy, of reporting the news and reporting the updates. So it leads me to believe Jordan Love's going to play, but you know how it makes me feel? It makes me nervous. I'm going to be watching that game on Sunday, like holding my breath a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit at the edge of my seat because I know that any pivot, any cut, anything like that could make a strained, tight groin and maybe other muscles overcompensating make something go poop.
Stop with that!
And then all of a
what
sudden,
the hell was that?
But I'm nervous.
I don't like that energy,
I'm
Brad,
nervous.
either. I'm with Ben on that. And
What was that?
I'm being honest.
I don't need you to
KBN
speak it into
Nation.
existence like that. That's what we knock on wood. I
pop
always
and
tell you.
poof.
By saying it,
Why don't you
we
knock
undo it. I'm not knocking.
I don't give a damn
I'm
what you got to
knocking.
say. I need you to knock first, and you continue.
But you're not nervous.
You need
out
to knock
there?
on wood more than the woodpecker that
Okay.
destroyed my own home knocked on my wood.
You're not nervous at all, knowing that it's a muscular strain. That he's going to go out there and something worse going to happen. It makes me nervous. This is why I was more sort of like, you should probably sit and get 20 days of rest.
Yeah, for me, I'm right there with you. I am concerned, and I don't give a dang what Shefty has to say. I'm just waiting until this actually, as we progress through the week, when he goes through practice, because they do practice tomorrow, exactly what the update is day to day for that. Because at the end of the day, for me, if Jordan Love is not comfortable in the pocket where he cannot be himself, there's no reason to put him out there because I don't want to risk. It's one game. I don't want to risk his health for the rest of the season over one game. I understand what is at stake on Sunday, but more importantly, what will be at stake is the health of Jordan Love. And so at the end of the day, I would prefer Malik Willis be out there 100% healthy than try to risk Jordan Love and allow for Jordan Love to rehab not only his groin, but also rehab his knee and let his body and mentally and physically just be right in order for the long stretch of the season. So that's what I'm more focused and concerned about. So if he's right and he feels healthy, I trust the medical team to put Jordan Love first and do the decision that's right for him. And overall, if it is playing, then cool. But if he's not right, I don't want us to think about, play through the pain. No. Sit out. Let's wait. We'll get our shot.
You're still on Mr. Sit Out right now?
Oh, I'm still just sit out. Like I said, I don't care what Shefty has to say. I want the Green Bay Packers to put themselves in a position for the future of this season. Sunday is not everything. It is just a moment in time.
All right. Well, Mike7896 on YouTube chimes in. I'm more nervous about the defense being able to stop Detroit enough for us to win than I am who is starting at quarterback. Is Mike a ball knower or what?
I mean, that's true, though. That's true. because that offense that Detroit has is.
But that goes to the exact same conversation. If this is going to be a game, the Packers aren't winning. Like Kyle, you're laying down to the Detroit Lions if you say Malik Willis is
No,
going
you're
to
not.
play.
You're absolutely
yes,
not.
you
No,
are.
see, you're
yes,
acting
you
like
are.
You're being smart.
But I'm saying it's a win. You might as well mark it up as a win. Because Malik Willis ain't beating the Lions.
We talked about this before. Why are we acting like this team, the Green Bay Packers, have proven that they can be an okay football team with Malik Willis?
Okay.
An
okay football team is not being the best team in the NFL.
Detroit Lions defense is not a powerhouse defense. Like I said yesterday, I trust in Matt LaFleur, and from what we have seen from Malik, there is nothing that he has displayed this year to prove to you that he cannot go out there and still make this football team competitive. Every time he has stepped on this football field, you have felt good. He's played so well that some fans, not all fans, just very small minority of fans are talking about, well, maybe we should have Malik Willis out there, or maybe Malik Willis should have a package, that they said yesterday. That just shows you the confidence that people have in Malik. I do understand we're at a disadvantage not having Jordan Love because of how good he is. But I feel like Malik Willis being out there, there's a drop-off, but not a huge significant drop-off because of the cheat code, Matt LaFleur.
Can I pose a statement to you guys?
Please
if the
do,
Titans game and this Lions game were switched, I think that changes who plays quarterback. I think if the Lions game was the second week that Love was out, I think he would have tried to push it and tried to play. If it was this week and Jordan Love had the same injury, it's the day-to-day strained groin, I bet you'd be Malik Willis. What I'm trying to say is who your opponent is, I think it matters. I think it makes you more likely to push him into playing or to be like, hey, this is a lower opponent. Let's just hold him back and put Malik Willis out there. That's what concerns me, is that they might try to see this game as what it is. It's the biggest game of the year. It's number 1 and number 2 in the NFC. Yeah, that's right. I put the Packers above the Vikings in my new power rankings.
Why are you trying to overcompensate?
No, but they are. They are. Last week they weren't, but this week they are. But my concern is who you play.
After 52 points?
Yes. Who you
Weird
play
timing.
will dictate maybe some of these decisions. And because it's such a big game, that might cloud the vision or at least push Jordan Love back slightly sooner than he normally
He's
would.
a competitor. Kyle, you sound like a guy who played Division II football.
Division III, thank you very much.
Whatever. You're making my point for me.
No.
Jordan Love is a competitor. He understands that if he is not able to go, he won't go. But based off what we heard from Adam Schefter on Unsportsmanlike, they avoided a very serious injury.
Which is great. Let's keep avoiding very serious things. And overall, again, this is where we differ. We both
you don't want to win a football game.
No, we both want
you don't care about this game.
No, see, this is the difference. See, I believe in the Green Bay Packers. See, I believe in that G. You see this little helmet here? It's kind of weird because it's a Batman G here. This is a helmet that I have in my hand. It has a G on it for the Green Bay Packers.
Kyle.
Okay, I believe in the G. I believe that with this defense, if they are locked in and focused, they understand the task at hand. If they know that this game falls on us, we need to make sure that the offense doesn't need to score 32 points, 35
All right,
points,
Strophy, let's pull it. Kyle Wallace believes that if Malik Willis started, the Packers could still, I don't even like the word could, the Packers would still beat the Lions. Do you agree or disagree? We'll see how much Packer backer there is behind the statement that you make.
I believe the Packers can still beat the Lions.
Can versus will is different.
Well, they can't. You can't say they will beat them with Jordan Love. We're still skeptical about that.
They have a much better chance.
I agree.
Do they have a 50% chance to beat the Lions with Malik Willis? Because I wouldn't go that far.
No, I wouldn't go 50%. I think going into the game overall, we're probably looking at home it's probably 50-50 against the Lions because how good the Lions
with
are.
Jordan Love?
With Jordan Love. But probably now you're probably looking at a drop-off of maybe 10%.
No, it's more than that.
No, it's not more than that. It's not more than that.
Malik Willis is good, but he's not Jordan Love.
I'm disappointed in both of you, especially you, Brad, because you played in a lot of football games. You watched a lot of football games on the sidelines, and you played. You played in a lot, and you got to see up close and personal.
I watched 90% of the game.
Exactly, and so what I'm saying is this: if the Green Bay Packers have a quarterback in Malik Willis and a running back in Josh Jacobs, one thing they've been able to do, they've been able to control the clock. They've been able to control the ball, time of possession. So if the Green Bay Packers can keep that offense off the field, they're able to run the ball and keep the clock ticking. They can reduce the number of possessions that the Lions have, which takes away the amount of times that the Lions have to score. But on top of that,
you know who they were able to do that against? Dog water teams. Diana McGuanago, Kyle's number one fan. You're up on Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
Okay, I have a couple questions for you, so Ben, don't hang up on me.
I don't have control over that. That's all Strofe.
He told me it's you. But anyhow, first of all, the Lions are not the best in the NFL because I called in yesterday when Strofe was on for Homer and him and Brian were on, but I wasn't able to hold on the line. First of all, the Lions are not the best team in the NFL. Kansas City is.
Okay.
And here's my thought I actually agree with Kyle because I get it. This is a really big game for Green Bay, but if you let Jordan play and he gets hurt even worse than what he is right now, what good is he to us later on when we really need him when we get closer to the playoffs?
Appreciate
I think
the
they
call.
should let Malik play. Yep.
Thank you, Diana. 800-990-3776. I feel like this is the softest I've seen Packer fans in a long time.
Stop.
No, this is soft. This is soft.
You're-
If
you're
Jordan Love can play, you got to play the number one team in your division when you're fighting for a number one seed as the second best team in the NFC.
This boy's scared.
Why are we
But if-
treating this like... I'm scared.
If he's out for 6 weeks,
I'm scared.
Yeah,
You're the one who wants to lay down, let the Lions run for 1,000 yards and try and make Malik Willis throw for 400 yards.
Jordan Love ain't playing D tackle. Malik Willis ain't playing D tackle. With me, they run for 1,000 yards.
Very simply put, do the
nothing
Packers
about
have a
that.
better chance to win with Love or Willis?
They have a better chance with Love.
Done.
But I need Love
End
to
of
be
conversation.
healthy. I need
But
Love
there's
to
a
be
higher
healthy.
level of risk.
990-3776. I feel like I'm living in crazy world right now. Kyle Bruston
You are,
Ortman
but that
across
mind is crazy.
ESPN Wisconsin. Strofer?
that was good.
We'll be back. We'll be
This
back.
is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
You
have
agree with me?
Lola Bunny on your algorithm
I'm just-
shaking her butt?
It's people on my Facebook sharing stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Lola the Bunny was kind of strapped.
Okay, here's as far as I'm. All I'll be able to say is I get why Bugs was so love drunk over Lola. I get it.
Thank
That's
you.
as far as I can go to you.
Look
though.
at this. Look at this. Google Lola the Bunny.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also round-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, you know, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Ben Brust here to tell you about a new canned cocktail. That's Mary Can Bloody Mary. Yes, it's canned. Yes, it's Bloody Mary. And yes, it is awesome. Mary Can is the most premium, convenient, ready-to-drink canned Bloody Mary for all your special occasions. It's football season, and whether it's a tailgate party or just brunch, simplify it with Mary Can. Who needs 13 ingredients when you have it all in a single can? Just shake, pour over ice, and enjoy. Get your Mary Can 4-pack in Madison today. Available at Woodman's and select liquor stores in the Madison area.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Ness Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the Fantastic Void. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris chat with NBA writer Sam Amick about the start of the season. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
At Prairie Athletic Club, they believe your fitness journey is as unique as you are. And now, it's time to start that journey with their biggest savings of the year. The pack is offering $20 off per month for your entire first year of their all-inclusive Platinum membership. That's a full year of access to all of their premier classes, including Pilates Reformer, Hot Yoga, CrossFit, Boot Camp, and more. With this special offer, you won't just save money, you'll transform your health. Visit Prairie Athletic Club today or learn more online at prairieathletic.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
I don't know what is going on right now. The Green Bay Packers had a Hall of Famer in Brett Favre, who played through everything, sometimes to his own fault. Aaron Rodgers, unless he was out for the season, battled through everything. And now that this is the first year that Love is signed to a big contract, it's, protect him at all costs. This is a massive game. If Jordan Love can step on that field, you cannot convince me that Malik Willis gives the Packers a better chance to win this football game against what I believe is the best team in the NFL. You are fighting for a 1 seed in the NFC. You are fighting for the NFC North, and it is so backwards in my mind to think that Malik Willis would give you a better chance to win. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, who believes that it is the case that Malik Willis can give the Packers a better chance to win.
A hobbled Jordan Love versus a fully... And last week we saw against the game against the Jaguars, Jordan Love looked hobbled, did he not, in that game?
He didn't quite have his fastball.
He didn't seem right. Do we want somebody that doesn't seem right to be thrown out on the football field against the Lions? Absolutely not. We saw when Malik Willis came in that game, the offense was able to look better. He was able to lead the Green Bay Packers to victory. And again, I understand there was a clear drop-off between Malik and Jordan Love, but when it comes down to this, if Jordan Love is going to look hobbled on Sunday, throw Malik out there because he's proven what he can do.
Not against a team like the Detroit Lions. The Jaguars, the Titans, and the Colts are not the Detroit Lions. Let's go to Jeff and Madison, 800-990-3776. You're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Yeah, I don't lean into QBRs as the end-all, be-all, but 73.3 really... Just looking at the data, that doesn't feel right. 14 at 22 a pick. Come on now. The guy was a shadow of himself, and frankly, he has not been himself all year. I've had an MCL tear. I'm sure someone on the other side of this phone call's had one. They're not structurally an issue, but they remind you all the time that you're in pain. I don't buy that the groin was the whole thing. But he originally was hobbled when he came down on his left knee funny, and he never looked right after that. And then he gets bumped off platform post-throw.
Oh, Alex Strofe with the quick hook. Or did he
not
just...
been able to throw...
We did lose you for a second, Jeff.
Yeah, you got me back?
Yep. Yes, sir.
He's not throwing strong on platform. There was one quarterback, too, that could throw off their back foot in protection of one of their limbs, and that was 4 and 12. That is not 10, although he does make nice off-platform throws when he's healthy.
Yeah, and appreciate the call. We got to keep moving. 800-990-3776.
Real quick. Kyle, hold on, just real quick. I need to acknowledge something that just happened there. How quick were you to throw me under the bus for something I didn't even do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Quick hook there, Strofe.
Jeez. Yeah, you're. I'm just fired up right now. Go ahead, guys. He had an MCL injury, so he knows what Jordan Love's going through.
Yeah, I mean, look, Jordan Love all year hasn't looked quite like himself. That Arizona game was the first game where I'm like, okay, he looks healthy, he looks in rhythm, he looks good to go. But the minute Jordan Love doesn't feel like himself, he doesn't quite bring the same juice and fastball that he once did. That's why I'm looking at this game thinking, I do think an injured Jordan Love still gives you a better chance than Malik Willis. I'm just looking at it from a risk standpoint. If anything happens to make this injury worse and he's out for a month, season's over. And I mean, season's over with the stretch that's coming up after the bye.
I 100% agree with you,
I know
Bradley.
you do.
Yeah.
I know you. You're Brad's mouthpiece right now.
That's right. Brad. Me and Brad understand knee pain. We both tore our ACL.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you tore yours?
Freshman year of high school. Playing linebacker. I was like, ooh, I should learn to
planting leg or punting leg?
Plant leg.
That's good.
Better or worse for a punter?
You
don't care. Brett and Madison, you're up.
Hooah! It's 50-50 straight across the board in the studio, it sounds like. So I'm going to jump on board here, and I'm going to say, look, Malik Willis is probably going to get the majority of the practice reps this week. I'm sure you guys will probably agree with that. And it's probably going to be a game-time situation where whether or not Jordan starts the game or he's on the sidelines, and in case Malik Willis isn't able to go through the game where he's fumbling or throwing his first interception. So I'm guessing Malik Willis is going to get us all the practice reps, and they're going to wait till a game-time situation to see whether or not Jordan Love can actually, quote-unquote, protect himself in the game. If he can't do that, Malik Willis is going to play, and Jordan is going to be the backup quarterback for the game. That's all I got, guys. We'll see what happens.
No, we appreciate it, and there's a lot to figure out here, right? It's Tuesday. The Packers will go on field Wednesday, and we'll be able to figure out what the limited participation means for Jordan Love. If he's able to take all the reps with the first team, is he splitting all the reps? We're going to find out a hell of a lot more information.
Right. Amount of it you're going to find out.
Why are you doing that?
Because I like when he said it. Is it just me impulsive that wanted to say it?
Brett had a little Hulk Hogan in him. I liked it.
Yeah, I kind of like bowed up a little bit when I heard that. I was like, let's go.
I was like, we about to fight?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, here we go.
Tuesday, baby. Let's do this.
I like that.
He makes a good point, though, because Malik Willis will get most of the practice reps. The thing about like a muscular injury like this, you don't really test it until you test it, which is going to be game day. They're not going to put him in a bad situation. So he might feel good.
So I was going to ask, Brad, because obviously you have the expertise. Sorry to cut you off. But will we see Love Friday? Would we see him in like a limited capacity, you think, if he was trending in the direction to play Sunday?
Yeah, I think he'd have to do something on Friday. I'm expecting really nothing on Wednesday. There's a chance for a limited participant on Thursday. But Friday, you got to do something, because Friday is pretty easy.
You want a full or you want a 30?
I want a 30-second time here. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin with Alex Strofer on the show. UKBN Nation will get to you, 800-990-3776. But Brad, you played in the NFL.
Yes.
In Week 9, if you were going against the number 1 team in the division and Cam was hobbled but had a chance to play, wouldn't you be like, Cam, like, if you can play, we need you. This is an indictment that all you guys are thinking about Jordan Love, that Malik Willis has a chance to help them beat the Lions when they are worlds apart. You know they're worlds apart. What the hell's going on with you?
I'm not sure I would be the one to deliver that message to Cam. But I believe that
you'd be thinking it.
There is a level of you know who Cam is. You know who Jordan Love is. You know he's doing everything he can to get on the field. You have to trust your coaches, trust the medical staff, and also trust your backup quarterback. The backup quarterback has a job, has a role for a reason. And you do think it's easy to get like lost in the week-to-week battle that is playing a team like Detroit. And this is the biggest game of the season. We can all agree on that. But the team is focused on more than just the regular season. So I think that there's an agreement that like we have to be our best when we need to be at our best.
I agree.
It doesn't necessarily need to happen Week 9. We need Jordan Love to be fully healthy because we're not seeing the Jordan Love of last year yet. I think a big part of that reason is he hasn't been 100% healthy all year.
Aaron in Fredonia chimes in 800-990-3776. I did mention Favre and Rodgers playing through a lot, but the drop-off from Love to Willis in LaFleur's offense isn't as drastic as Rodgers to others in McCarthy's offense.
True that.
My point to all of you is be careful what you wish for.
No, we're not wishing for this.
I'm not saying you're wishing for this. I'm using the example of utilizing your knowledge of what Malik Willis was against the Jaguars, the Colts, and the Titans versus going against a juggernaut in the NFL. Willis will be not the guy that you think he is. That is just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Jason in Watertown, what do you got for us? 800-990-3776.
got Malik Willis. I got Bruce Willis. I got what you talking about, Willis. These are the Packers. We are going to do this on Sunday.
Let's go.
Smoking on that Lions pack.
Yes, sir. I'm hyped up. It's only Tuesday.
You know what? Forget Jordan Love. Let's cut him. You know,
All
it's
right,
Malik
here we
Willis
go.
time.
Here
You
we
know,
go.
that's how Kyle feels.
Can I say this?
No. Scratch
Kyle
that.
says cut Jordan Love and start Malik Willis.
He does not speak for me. I never came out my mouth.
You when you talk about Cam Newton and if Cam was beaten up, Cam was beaten up a bunch, right? I will say when he was fighting off nagging injuries, I think there was a cumulative feeling of the locker room and of the coaching staff like bracing themselves, right? Where it's like you're watching Cam very closely. You're a little concerned. You're a little on edge because you feel like at any moment it could be made worse and you could lose your guy. So I think that's what I think of is more protecting your asset.
I hear you. I mean, you're Gen Z, Kyle's Gen Z, and Strofe is Gen Z, and all of the people that want to sit Jordan Love from Malik Willis are all Gen Z right now. It's crazy what happened to the Packer mind and wanting to win.
I don't know. I feel like KBN Nation, whether it's our great
Tim
caller,
in Milwaukee, 800-990.
Preach some more, Tim. Let
Here
him
you
know.
go. Preach, Tim.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, where'd he go? He gone.
You lost him?
Well, I don't know.
Tim, call back 800-990-3776. Now he back. You can go get him.
Tim must agree with you.
Is not Tim somebody else?
I don't know. I'm just saying everybody's been preaching today, talking about the reasons why they.
I'll
believe
get
that
through
this
all the
Green Bay
text. Don't worry.
We just trust the Green Bay Packers, and we trust what our eyes have shown us from Malik Willis. We understand he's limited, but in his limited amount of games that he has played, he's played well.
Is it more trust in Malik Willis or is it more concern for Jordan Love?
More concern for Jordan Love. I don't want him
Okay.
to. I honestly don't want Jordan Love to get any more hurt because
That's my main driver.
I truly believe the Packers have an opportunity to do something special. And regardless of how well Malik Willis has looked in his opportunities, he ain't Jordan Love, and Jordan Love is the one that can get us to a Super Bowl.
Guys, we're going to talk more QBR here with Don and Madison. You're up on Kyle Brust and Nortman. I'm the old curmudgeon today.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know you're really high on, stats and all that kind of stuff, right? And I just want to ask you a question. Like, I mean, of QBs that have played 4 games this year, who has the highest QBR and highest quarterback rating?
Malik Willis
in the NFL.
Malik Willis. If you can
Is
believe
it
that.
true?
Yeah. You know what? Like I said, let's give
wild.
Malik Willis the $220 million deal. And, let's eat the dead cap on Love. We got our guy. We got our guy
on Sunday if we need
We got our
Hey,
guy.
One way or another, we got our guy.
We have 2 franchise quarterbacks sitting in
we've got
1265.
2 our guys.
Malik Willis's stats are pretty unbelievable. So he's right. So he leads the league in quarterback
Brad,
rating,
they're not
QBR,
that good.
and completion percentage.
Brad is dumb brain
Right.
today.
No, I'm just saying it's kind of wild to
It's
think
just
about.
their game plan. All 2.5 games he's played has been dink and dunk the crap out of him.
But you still have to appreciate
And sometimes
how wild
that leads to
is.
Jaden Reed 51 yards down the field. Absolutely.
Like, for those who don't think that Jordan Love couldn't have made the pass that Malik Willis made to Jaden Reed to lead them to that drive. Like, I'm just like, I'm
Jordan
losing it.
Love is exceedingly better.
I'm losing it. I'm going to go get a water. I need one. Kyle, tell us about Underdog.
Oh, I love telling everybody about Underdog, and I want you all right now to download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com and have fun playing Underdog Fantasy Sports. So if you were into sports just like I am, here's a way to win money while watching the sports that you love. So Underdog works like this. You select players from many different teams, and you select higher or lower on those player stats. And if your picks hit, so whether or not it's higher or lower on passing yards, higher or lower on touchdowns, higher or lower on three-pointers, if your picks hit, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Yes, you heard that. Cha-ching, up to 1,000 times your money, just choosing higher or lower on player stats while watching the games that you already love. I do it all the time, and I want you to do it as well. And because I love you, KBN Nation, they have a great sign-up offer for you. Yes, the sign-up offer now is you use promo code KBN. Yes, promo code KBN when you download the app and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Yes, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, but you have to use promo code KBN. Believe me when I say this, watching games and playing Underdog Fantasy makes your life so much more fun, so get into it now. And always remember, it must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply, concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
All right, I guess I'll just keep being the wrong guy in the building. 800-990-3776. I know that Gen Z comment hit a little hard on everybody. Rob, I didn't mean it, I swear. No, I meant it. More Kyle Brust and Nortman next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to smoke.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait.
What?
Wait. My mind is
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. What did I say?
Unacceptable.
My mouth and brain
Unacceptable.
are like not working
Unacceptable.
right
What did I say?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Getting ready for more rain and longer nights? We've got you. Right now, you can earn up to $25 in bonus rewards when you buy 2 Sylvania Silver Star Ultra bulbs and 2 Rain-X Quantum Elite wiper blades. More rewards and better visibility at America's #1 lighting destination, AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Offer valid for AutoZone Rewards members. Restrictions apply.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2025 Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport all-wheel drive for as low as $359 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Winter athletes, how are you getting prepared for the upcoming season? Total Athlete Performance is here to take your game to the next level. TAP will get you prepared with individualized speed and strength training sessions available in both the Verona and DeForest locations, as well as remote options. Since 2017, TAP has been providing elite performance training in the Madison area to help every athlete become the best version of themselves. Sign up for your free assessment at tapwisconsin.com. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Get your team ready. Registration for Madison School and Community Recreation's Adult Winter Basketball Leagues is now open. With nearly 200 teams participating, nights will fill up fast. Jesse Nelson here. MSCR Adult Basketball Leagues offer fun for every level of player. 8-week play begins in early January. MSCR welcomes all participants and encourages you to register for the league that best fits your identity and needs as an athlete. For more information and to register, go to mscr.org.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Fish fry, walleye, and vegetarian options are available, and they have a menu that's sure to please everyone. Liberty Station smokes their meats daily with a 1,000-gallon custom smoker, giving you the freshest experience possible. Enjoy happy hour with daily discounts on both food and drinks at their large bar with 20 draft taps and multiple TVs to watch the big game. Be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area too. Liberty Station off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
The Green Bay Packers are in second place in the NFC North, one game back of the first place Detroit Lions. The two best teams in the NFC set to square off 3:25 on Sunday. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman with Alex Strofe running the show. Kyle believes and Brad believes and a lot of you believe that resting Jordan Love is the right decision for the long term.
Hold on real quick. I just got to butt in.
Go ahead.
So during the commercial break, I went out to get some water in our hallway here. Ben Brust happened to walk out of the studio at the same time. And when he walked out of the studio, he said this. I'm going to do my best Ben Brust impression. I'm losing my mind. This is football. And then he just walked away.
It's football. This is football. Brad, you know
it's
this
football.
is football. We're kid glovesing this right now just a little bit.
I mean, listen, nobody's 100% at week 8. So there's a part of me that agrees with you, Ben. This is football. Everybody's got dings. Everybody's got nicks. Nobody
This
feels
is for
good
the
right
division.
now.
It's not for the division.
There's a reason why there's a
You
phrase, rub
can't
dirt
win-
on it, and
well,
go
yes,
for it.
but you can't
And there's
win
a
the
reason
division
why you
this
play
early.
D3.
No, but you can't win the division in this week. You just can't. And I trust that the Green Bay Packers, with a healthy Jordan Love, will be able to win more games and lose games. And still, when we face the Lions, I believe it's like week 15 or something like that later on, sometime in November. But whenever we play the Lions again, I truly believe the Packers will be in a better position, definitely to be successful. Thank you. Week 14.
Tim in Milwaukee, you're up on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Listen, guys, we don't pay someone that amount of money to sit on the bench. If he's able to go, he has to go. All props to Malik, props to the coaches on both ends of the ball to doing what they need to do to prepare. But Love is our guy. Love is getting that contract money for these type of games. There's no game more important than our division.
Yeah.
Real fan.
But don't you need to protect that investment? That $55 million a year
He
man?
said if he can play, he's got to go.
But
he's got to go out
That's a
there.
relative statement. If he can play. He could probably play, but, like, is it smart for him to play
He can play.
That's
a good callback to Kyle Wallace saying Christian Watson has a baroo.
Hey.
A baroo?
Christian has been a great team player. I
He
like
actually has
Christian
been.
Watson right now. I'm a big fan of his.
You should tweet his dad. Get on his good side. Justin in Illinois, you want to call me out? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, wasn't you this time last year that was trying to figure out what quarterback they were going to take to replace Jordan Love?
I think he said it was this time last year we were thinking about the quarterback that we were looking to replace Jordan Love.
There was some.
He was
He asked
struggling.
if it was Ben that was specifically looking for the quarterback.
this is bad revisionist history by Justin because everyone and their mother was pooping their pants when he was 2-5 and not looking good.
I pooped a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Thank you. That's all. That's the only point I was trying to make. I'm not going to
dirty drawers.
some dirty draws from Strophy.
I'll even admit, like we were talking about trade deadline. We're happy the Packers are sellers because we want a top 10 draft pick to draft a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, it did get really weird there.
It was bad.
It got bad.
It was
rough.
He
didn't look great.
Lil Fonzie. What's up, Lil Fonzie in Sheboygan? You want me to put him on? I can do it. You got it. Good job. What's up, Lil Fonzie?
Hey, guys. How you guys doing today?
You know,
good.
we're having a great
I like this
time.
energy.
I'm just
All right.
confused.
Well, I wanted to bring everyone together. I wanted to bring up a point. I'm a middle child. That's what I do for my family. I want to do it for KBN Nation, do it for the millennials, the Gen Zs, the baby boomers, the Gen Xers, whatever you got.
Let's hear it.
So, my comment is, isn't it great to be a Packer? And right now, the Detroit Lions are over there worrying about which quarterback they have to face and how they have to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
That is only going to help the Packers on Sunday. Knowing that you have Malik and you got his sweet moves and you got his fast. He's super fast, lightning quick. You got to worry about that. You got Love on the other hand who can toss that rock and can move and has great footwork. They're going to have two different game plans they're going to have to figure out before Sunday comes around.
I feel brought together.
I don't. Thank you, Lil Fonzie.
No, the middle child.
Lil Fonzie.
Lil Fonzie.
Not little, Lil. I like that.
Little Fonzie,
No,
thank you for the
Lil
call
Wayne.
in Sheboygan. I agree, but at the same time, while the Lions are thinking about how they're going to defend the Packers, I hope the Packers are spending 10 more hours than the Lions figuring out how they're going to stop the Lions. I just want to make that very clear because they have scored 174 points their last 4 games. According to Jason Woodley, who joined us yesterday. Ricardo in Canada, the guy who is the pulse of Packer fans. Let's go to Ricardo.
My God, what a crazy day when Ben's the voice of reasoning. Boys, this is the NBA. There is no load management. We have 17 games. Every game matters. Jordan, you can protect yourself. You can throw that rock. You're starting. We never questioned Aaron Rodgers. We never questioned Brett Favre. If you can throw it, if you have a pulse, and you can protect yourself, you get in the game. And Jordan feels that way, and there's no question about it. Malik Willis is a good backup, but that's what he is. He's a backup. When Jordan Love's good to go, he goes in no matter what. We'll worry about the bye when it comes, all right?
Ricardo,
Come on now, this is
Ricardo,
football.
wait a minute. Ricardo, do you trust?
Ricardo,
wait a minute.
you
Wait-
sound so smart.
No,
It's so good and refreshing.
Ricardo, but don't you believe that the Green Bay Packers can win without having Jordan Love on Sunday? Don't you believe in the Packers that much that you think this defense can step up and that Malik Willis can keep you afloat and all the weapons that we have at our dispense that we'll be able to find a way to still win in Lambeau against the Lions?
Yeah, 100%. I will ride with a third string quarterback at all. This is my Green Bay Packers. I ride with them, ride or die. But listen, that's my starting QB. If he can go, he goes. All right. I don't care who you are. You can be the starting guard. If you can go, you get your ass in the game and you go. All right. This is the NFL, boys. Come on now.
Ricardo doesn't work.
Appreciate the call, Ricardo.
I think that's where I diverge from you a little bit, Kyle. I think if you do put in Malik Willis, he's certainly amongst the best backup
good
quarterbacks.
backup
Yep,
quarterback
all that-
in the floor system as
Yes.
we know it.
All that being said, this is a marquee team, the best team in the NFC. And I think you are basically declaring it's more important for us to protect Jordan Love than it is to put ourselves in the best chance to get a victory on Sunday.
Because
I do believe you're saying that.
The idea that they have to go in with what would be a limited game plan.
It's a limited game plan.
Against
You can do some
one
other
of the
things,
best
but-
teams in the NFL.
It's just way harder
It's
to do.
just
It's possible, but it's very hard.
to me it's a 20% chance versus a toss up more than anything.
I agree with that.
All right. Okay, fellas. I understand the Lions are good, but we're acting like the Lions are unstoppable. They
Well,
can't
Dan
be- they're-
Campbell's
they're
4-2
very good.
against the Packers, and
I'm
he came in here 2 years ago,
Cool.
ended the season.
Yeah, but
last year in Thanksgiving, pounded you in the face.
Not Thanksgiving, they didn't pound us in the face. We
Or
went and
excuse
pound-
me,
we
Thursday
pounded-
Night Football,
we
enchanted
pounded them in the face when we had
enchanted at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Lions fans galore in Lambeau Field.
But when they were the better football team, clearly, and we were still trying to discover ourselves, losing back-to-back multiple games.
Yeah, but
and we
wouldn't you
went
say
into-
they've
we went
still
into-
ascended while the Packers are still figuring out who they are this year?
I mean, the Packers are still figuring themselves out, but I understand right now because the Lions are playing so well offensively. I'm not going to take anything away from them because they dropped 30 points on the Vikings, just like we did, but they won. And they also dropped 47 points on the Cowboys, who aren't that good, and they dropped 42 points on the Seahawks, who are just a meh team. But you have to look at the whole as a season, right?
For the most recent one.
Yeah, the most
52
recent
on the Titans.
But they're not.
And you had
not
said
play
that
like
this defense, you believe this defense can keep them in the game with Malik Willis. How did that defense do against Trevor Lawrence and a lowly Jacksonville team versus a team that's put up 174 points?
Listen,
52 points last week.
We can play that game, and we can talk about the fact that Trevor Lawrence basically put up 80-some yards in one drive, and then we had a quarterback in C.J. Stroud that had less than 90 yards in the whole game, right? Like, we don't know
But they're
100%
not
we're going to get
as elite as the Lions are.
What I'm saying is this, is that, yes, if the Lions play their best football game on Sunday, and the Packers cannot beat them with Malik Willis at quarterback. I understand that.
If the Lions
but
play their best football with Jordan Love on the field at this point in the season,
they may not be able to beat them. But it's week to week. You never know. The Green Bay Packers last week didn't play their best football. The Lions have had games, whether it's the Arizona Cardinals where they snuck out that victory, where they lost to the Buccaneers, or whether or not they struggled with the Rams earlier in the season. Just because they are playing well right now doesn't mean they're going to have a poop week, right? And so if they do have a down game on Sunday, or the Packers are able to take it to them and get them down early, I think Malik Willis can help us win this football game. The gap between the Packers and the Lions isn't that big, fellas. So right now you're talking like the Lions are absolutely unbeatable, unstoppable.
the gap becomes bigger than you realize with Malik Willis.
The difference is that I'm not that afraid. Again, they're a tough team, but they ain't got Patrick Mahomes back there at quarterback. This Lions team can be beat, fellas. They can, and the Packers can do it on Sunday with or without Jordan Love.
They can be beat. It just would likely take a full strength, full unit playing their best game. Malik Willis, he's a good quarterback for sure, but man, it's just you're so much more limited. I don't
Brad's starting to come along.
No, I still think it's the right decision to protect Love, but you're going to have to hope for the defense and special teams to dominate. And It's a big ask. It's a big ask.
It's a huge ask. Because there's been no consistency yet on the defense. I'm not saying the defense is bad, but have they been consistent enough to be like, yes, when Jordan Love's out, we can rely on defense and special teams plus a limited playbook with Malik Willis.
They did rely on him. against bad teams.
That's the key.
We were able to rely on them in those games. They stepped up. They forced turnovers. They consistently.
And then they gave up a bad
have to hope for
touchdown,
turnovers.
and Malik Willis had to find Jaden Reed, make a play, and thank God that they signed a real kicker, and here we are. And this conversation's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. But we're going to get to Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust soon, where the controversy is just the same as the controversy that we've had with Malik Willis and Jordan Love. Again, I'm going to go get water. I'm going to yell at Strofe outside, and we'll be back. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Can you try it again?
Worcestershire? It's getting Worcestershire every time I say it.
Shire.
Worcestershire. How you trying to say
Why
it?
would they name something so complicated?
Exactly. You're trying to say it. It's WORCESTER Shire. Worcestershire.
All right, as we're looking that up, 2 more questions.
Worcestershire.
Yeah, no.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
It feels like it should end at Worcestershire.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, before and after every Wisconsin football game this season. Subscribe to the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day podcast on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. A big-time stretch awaits Wisconsin football for the rest of the regular season. Their final 4 games: Iowa, Oregon, Nebraska, and Minnesota. Luke Fickell's primary focus: take it a week at a time with all eyes locked in on the Hawkeyes.
It's been mentioned about Iowa as the toughness thing. If you don't match or outmatch their toughness, that you have a chance to win, you're fooling yourself. We don't have to look a whole lot further than this week in particular and that in particular. Regardless of what the rest of the year looks like, that's going to be the first and foremost thing that we got to make sure we understand.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Bud Light's impactful initiative with Folds of Honor. This fall, Bud Light and Folds of Honor need your help to highlight the stories of those who gave their all in service of our country. If you know someone close to you that is a fallen or wounded veteran or first responder, please submit their story to be recognized by Kyle Brust and Nortman. Now through the week of Veterans Day, submit a story of a service member for their family's chance to be featured on the air, along with a Milwaukee Bucks weekend experience. Write into ESPNFoldsOfHonor.com. That's ESPNFoldsOfHonor.com, and we will honor the families of those who've kept our family safe.
Professional volleyball is coming to Madison this January. Featuring silver medalists Lauren Carlini and Annie Drew Schumacher, Love Madison Volleyball is Madison's newest pro team. Get ready to watch some of the world's best volleyball players, from silver medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars. The action kicks off on January 17th at the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Visit lovb.com for more information and tickets today. Volleyball is the next major league.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, 'cause Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial.
Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Vision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Both head coaches have spoke about the upcoming game on Sunday for the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Kyle's jamming right now.
Do you know this song?
Yeah, I've heard the song.
Oh my gosh, when she gets into the other part and she hits that upper note, you feel it in your soul. R.I.P.
Let's hear from Dan Campbell on how he's approaching the Green Bay Packers game on Sunday from a Lions perspective.
Dan, what's your message to the team and the guys as you guys gear up for the Green Bay game this week?
Shoes. That's the message. The right shoes. We're going to Lambeau. It's grass. It's a nationally televised game. 325 Central for the division. Second divisional game. It just doesn't get any better than this. So what else do I need to say?
He says for the division. I say it's for the division. Kyle's like, I like it better if he's, we'll get him 4 weeks later.
Come on now. He's smoking on that weed pack.
That is the idea.
Ain't no way. Shoes. He's high. Shoes.
No, he's
that is courtesy of 97 won the ticket.
He's a meathead.
He's thinking about the game.
Shoes.
It's applicable. It is focused on the game. It's how to help his players.
Shoes.
I'm telling you, Dan Campbell, when it comes to shoes, he's trying to put his guys in the right situation, and then he ends with just a banger of just a conviction of saying, listen, what more do I need to tell you? If you can't get up for this, then you don't have a pulse.
We don't have the audio of LaFleur, but Brad, you did hear how Matt LaFleur is talking about this Detroit Lions game.
Yeah, and Matt LaFleur was talking about, as at the podium, so not on an interview, but was at the podium, and he talked about how good the Lions team is, and he basically ended with saying the Lions are arguably the best team in the NFL. So it seems like the coaches are taking a little bit different of a stance. Matt LaFleur definitely giving his flowers to the Detroit Lions, and I got to say, Dan Campbell, I think he's handling it slightly better, in my opinion, than Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur's just giving the Lions his flowers, and Dan Campbell's saying, here's what's going to help you, and boys, get your mind right, because this is a big game. If I need to tell you anything more, then you know what?
Shoes.
Then you don't have a pulse. Don't forget your shoes.
I mean, I think you just see the contrasting difference between Dan Campbell, a former NFL player, a guy that's super, super intense, and another guy, Matt LaFleur, that's just an offensive genius mind, right? And just a different approach that they absolutely have. But at the end of the day, they have found their way for their teams to be very successful. Dan Campbell in his way, Matt LaFleur in his way as well. I'm not concerned about somebody who's talking about shoes and 325. He's just stating the obvious, Brad.
Shoes.
What did he say?
He's saying this is for the division, meaning he is valuing how big of a matchup
do we know how
this is.
Field, Marquee, what more do I need to say?
It's not for the division. So, okay, so like Ben said earlier, want to be dramatic? Let's be dramatic. This is for the division. And then if they go lose 3 straight games, then what the hell does the division mean when you lost 3 straight games?
But when your two good teams play one another, then likely these will be the games that decide who wins the division.
No, okay. If they end up, only way this game decides who wins the division if they're tied at the end of regular season, correct? Potentially.
Yeah. I mean, or if it was one game difference.
I just think Kyle doesn't understand how good the Lions are.
No, I do.
This isn't the 2008 Lions.
No, I'm not saying it's. I think they are a good football team. I know they are a good football team.
No, they're a great football team. Like, they're not just good, they're great.
I said they're the best team in the NFC yesterday. That's after me having a chance to watch them over the weekend. They are the best team in the NFC. They can score in many different ways. They're a great football team.
When did you watch them?
I was in Detroit, and unfortunately, the app that I had, it threw me to the damn having to watch some of the Lions game. I was not happy about that. The Fox Sports app. Did not like that whatsoever.
Over to the KBN Sports Desk with Alex Strofe.
Hey, Dan Campbell, what do you want for Christmas?
Shoes.
Some Jordans to be specific.
I hope he wears good shoes now after that comment.
I'm going to be looking at his shoes.
What the hell is my record, Strofe?
Game this week.
Shoes.
Your record is 23, 22, and 6. You're one game above 500.
One game above 500, and are you smarter than Ben Brust? Now, for those who don't know how the game works, Alex Strofe has curated a bunch of questions, and you've curated some with our fans.
Yeah, Dave from Aaron chiming in last week that, hey, Strofe, I think I've got a few you might want to add in. So there's a couple of Dave from Aaron questions sprinkled in this week, and they have nothing to do with
shoes.
15 questions in 90 seconds. You're allowed to say skip or pass. If you beat me and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, you will win a $25 gift card and get me back to 500. And on a day like today, you don't want to see me win because I will be insufferable. And Kyle and Brad and Strofe and Riley Yauk or Ryan Wollersheim or Chrissy or Pablo, who is ever on the board in Madison under the training of Jesse Nelson, will have to put up with it as well as you, KBN Nation. So caller number 10 for Jordan Love, who I believe, if healthy, should play. We're not going to treat him with kid gloves. He's going to go out there and treat it like an NFC divisional game that matters. 800-990-3776. Caller 10 for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 800-990-3776. 3776. We're back in 2 minutes. Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Don't go anywhere.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Fall Workwear event is going on now. We've got unbeatable deals on quality boots and apparel to help your hard-earned dollars go further. Like men's Dickies Rugged Flex Pants, $5 off. Shop our new assortment of Brunt work boots in-store now. Get $30 in Carhartt bucks for every $125 you spend on Carhartt gear. See store for details. Plus, shop unbeatable toy deals in Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland. Now open.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by The Jump Around, a brand new weekly digital show diving into all things Wisconsin Badgers. New episodes with host Jim Rutledge debut Thursdays at 12:30, streaming exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Starting in baseball, just about an hour ago, the Brewers announced that they have agreed to a new multi-year contract to keep pitching coach Chris Hook in Milwaukee. In case you're wondering about the significance of this move, the Brewers pitching staff is ranked 5th in ERA and 2nd in strikeouts since he took over in 2019. Seems like a pretty darn good move for the crew. Heading over to basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks fell last night, 119-108 to the Boston Celtics. Milwaukee now falls to 1-3 on the young season and hopes to right the ship on Thursday against the Grizzlies. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 6 right here on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. And some good news on the recruiting front for the Badgers, as yesterday they flipped Michigan State commit Emick Rourke, 3-star tight end.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN. Sponsored by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. On ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, there's a big rivalry brewing up this weekend, Packers-Lions, but the true rivalry that exists on KBN is indeed the rivalry that we all have. This is Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace, and the maestro of the questions, Alex Strofe, against Ben Brust. And you, KBN Nation, against Ben Brust. And Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Presented by Lakeland University, as always. It has been a gauntlet. Not going to lie. Ben has been surviving, getting back above 500, but it is our task as KBN and KBN Nation to humble Ben Brust. We all enjoy humbling Ben Brust a little bit, don't we? And to get him back to 500, Ben Brust, going into today's version of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University, 23, 22, and 6. But today we have Justin and Cudahy dialed in, ready to hand Ben Brust a loss all-time. Justin Cudahy, 1-1 against Ben Brust, so also looking to get in the winning ways. Justin, confidence level taking on Ben Brust today. What do you say? How is that?
The confidence level will go 7 out of 10.
I'll take it.
7 out of 10. Okay, I'll take it.
Give me a 7 spot today.
Yeah, I think Ben is, he feels the pressure, right? He feels the pressure given his record, given Strofe, and given Bradford, me, asking the questions.
Kyle, I've got one specific job for you today.
Okay.
Ben Brust is sitting behind Brad Nortman.
He's
right
locked
now.
in.
He's really locked in.
He
You
is.
keep an eye on it. He's looking down now. You make sure he doesn't look at those papers.
Eyes up. You don't look down. Ain't nothing to see down there. Ain't nothing to see down there.
He is right behind me.
I
gotta
can't
shield my
hear
paper.
you. Don't worry about hearing. Get the minds off the paper.
I gotta shield my paper, elementary school style. So without further ado, let's go ahead and spin it, Strophy.
Eyes on the prize, Bradley. Eyes on the prize.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
That's right. It is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Here's how we play. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we will come back to it if you get through the rest. Justin Cudahy, if you beat Ben Brust or time, you're going to win a $25 gift card. Any questions before we get going?
No questions. Let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. Ready? Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. In what war was the Battle of Bunker Hill?
World War II.
What does USPS stand for?
United States Postal Service.
What is the highest peak
Postal Service.
What is the highest peak in North America?
Pass.
What is a number sequence that is the same forwards and backwards?
Pass.
What is an animal called that can live on both land and water?
Amphibian.
How many pairs of chromosomes are in human DNA?
Pass.
Who is the Greek god of the underworld?
Oh, boy. Pass.
What is a term for a baby goat?
Pass.
What was the first video game ever created?
Go with Zelda.
Who was the first U.S. president to appear on a postage stamp?
Lincoln.
Who was the first African-American woman to be featured on a U.S. postage stamp?
Rosa Parks.
What is the U.S. postal abbreviation for Maine?
M.E.
Tough questions leading to a what, Strofe?
I have a 3 spot.
This is going to be
Yeah.
interesting.
Tough questions. I can't wait to know which ones were from Dave from Aaron.
I will just say this: the postage ones were all me.
Oh, okay. I guess it makes sense about
I
what
mean,
he's doing right now.
I thought the beads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sending
very
out a lot
good.
of mail.
Okay. Very smart, actually.
Interesting. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Very close. I feel a tie.
Yeah.
Don't say that, Kyle.
Walking in.
Benny,
How you doing?
Benny Buckets, baby.
How you feeling, buddy?
I don't know why you're buttering me up right now.
Oh, I don't need to butter you up. Are you ready?
All right, Ben.
Are you ready?
All right, Ben.
I
you
need
are-
to catch my breath for a second.
Well,
here.
I'll reset then as you do
What,
that.
did you sprint?
What are you running for?
You walked 14 steps.
It's really not that long. Ben walks with a little bit of pace, though. I noticed that today. I came in, I said hey to Ben, and he was walking with some pace, like you do, Kyle Wallace.
I had to
walking
go to
really
the
fast.
bathroom.
This is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Ben is 23, 22, and 6. So it is a stalemate right now, playing Justin and Cudahy. And this is how we play. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we will come back to it if you get through the rest. If Justin and Cudahy beats you, he's 1-1 currently against you, he will win a $25 gift card. Any questions, Ben Brust?
Let's do this. Come on,
All right.
kid. Come on.
Let's get it started in 3, 2, 1. In what war was the Battle of Bunker Hill?
Pass.
What does USPS stand for?
United States Postal Service.
What is the highest peak in North America?
Smoky Mountains.
What is a number sequence that is the same forwards and backwards?
Pass.
What is an animal called that can live on both land and water?
Amphibian.
How many pairs of chromosomes are in the human DNA?
2.
What is the Greek god of the underworld?
Pass.
What is
Poseidon.
What is the term for a baby goat?
Go.
What is the first video game ever created?
Pong.
Who is the first U.S. president to appear on a postage stamp?
Lincoln.
Who is the first African-American woman to be featured on a U.S. postage stamp?
Rosa Parks.
Who is the U.S. or what is the U.S. postal abbreviation for Maine?
M.E.?
Who wrote the novel Pride and Prejudice?
Don't know.
How many legs does a butterfly have?
4.
Which U.S. state has the nickname of the Treasure State?
Pass.
In what war was the Battle of Bunker Hill?
The Civil War.
What is the number sequence that is the
Don't
same
know.
forward and backward?
Did he get the dub?
Yeah, he won.
Let's go!
What did he get? 5?
You got 4.
4?
4 is all I needed?
Yeah.
It was. Weren't they tough?
Tough
They
questions.
were tough today.
Tough questions.
A lot of postage.
Yeah, I figured you've been spending a lot of time at the USPS, so you might get a few of those.
What did Justin and Cudahy
You
get?
got a
Yeah,
3.
3.
You beat him by
Woohoo!
1. Yeah, you beat him by 1.
Tough questions.
You think? Were they not bad
24,
today? No, they were good.
22, and 6.
24, 22, and 6. Ah, Justin,
Dang.
when we had him at 500 2 weeks ago, and now look at it.
Slipping away from me.
I feel like I would have beat him today. I don't say it too often.
Is that chef
Let's go
energy?
chef.
No,
no.
The underworld is.
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out. Can we let Kyle go?
Chef Ed chimes in, says he got 9.
9.
Kyle, how many did you get?
Well, I just remember.
Kyle, should we go through and do it quickly?
Can we do Kyle quick?
Well,
And we'll do answers on the other side?
I'm trying to remember. I believe the
What war is the Battle of Bunker Hill?
I think he got it right with Civil War.
What does USPS stand for?
I thought it was United States Postal Service, but the guy said parcel.
What is the highest peak?
What did you answer?
Mount
there?
Everest.
The highest peak in North America.
I said Mount Everest.
That's not in North America. Keep going.
Mount Kilimanjaro.
No.
Also not in North America.
Oh,
a number was the number sequence that's the same forward and
I didn't know
backwards.
this one.
What's an animal called that can live on both land and
I
water?
thought it was amphibian as well.
How many pairs of chromosomes are in human DNA?
23.
Who is the Greek god of the underworld?
Hades.
What is the term for a baby goat?
Billy.
That's
ain't it?
funny. Okay, sorry. What is the first video game ever created?
So this one I did not know. I was going to say Atari, but that's like a game.
Who was the first U.S. president to appear on a postage stamp?
And so this one I was going to say Washington.
Who was the first African American woman to ever appear on a postage
This
stamp?
is a good question. I have no idea. I was going to say Shirley Chisholm.
U.S. postal abbreviation for Maine.
ME was it, I believe.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Hold on,
He didn't know it.
No, I knew ME.
Who wrote Prime and Prejudice?
I have never heard of that before.
How many legs does a butterfly have?
This one I didn't. I had no idea. Either.
Take a guess.
Yeah.
No, he didn't know, so he doesn't get to guess.
Yeah.
Which U.S. state is nicknamed the Treasure State?
See, this one I was gonna say because they did the rush. Was it Colorado?
You're wrong on a lot, but you still would have won. You got a 6th spot.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through the answers quick.
All right, here we go. And what war was the Battle of Bunker Hill? Revolutionary War. Yeah, not Civil War.
I couldn't think of the name of the war between the United States
was
and
that the
England.
problem?
No, it was. It was.
Yeah, I bet that was the problem here.
What does USPS stand for? The United States Postal Service. It is Postal Service. Highest peak in North America. Kilimanjaro is in Africa. Everest is in Asia. Smoky Mountains was at least in North America, Ben. Denali or Mount McKinley. It's in Alaska.
Ain't never been there. Have you been?
Not a big Alaska guy.
You should. It's awesome.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah.
You have an off season where you can travel.
Cool. Yeah. It's beautiful. You should go to Alaska. Okay. Number sequence, same forward and backward. Palindrome.
Oh, I
I thought it was words.
And numbers.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a trick question.
You learned
Yes, it
something
is.
today, Ben. You should take that on. You learned something.
There you go. Palindrome. Animal that can live on both water and land is amphibian. How many pairs of chromosomes are in the human DNA? 23.
Not
is the
2.
correct
Nice job,
amount.
Kyle.
2. You're thinking like the XY for the gender.
Yeah.
Who is the Greek god of the underworld? Hades. Very good. Not Poseidon. This one is hilarious. Kyle.
Billy.
Billy, what is a term for a baby goat?
A Billy. Isn't it Billy?
Billy Goat.
No, it's a kid.
Oh, it's a kid. I thought it was Billy. I was at a baby shower and I thought it was Billy. It's kid. Billy. You're right. I got it wrong there too. It was Billy.
Wait a minute. Slow down.
Well, y'all laughing.
Slow down. What do you mean you were at a baby shower and it was Billy?
So the baby shower, they had like little kid names for animals, and I could have sworn that the Billy was the goat.
Well, there's a term called a billy goat.
Yeah, I think it's a kid. I think a lot of babies are called kids, but I got Billy.
That's true. Babies are typically called kids when it comes to humans. Yeah.
First video game ever created, Pong.
Nice job, Benny.
Thank you.
Good. That won it for you.
That was good. First U.S. president to appear on a postage stamp, George Washington. Rosa Parks' a good guess for this one, but you'll kick yourself when you hear it. First African-American woman to be featured on a U.S. postage stamp, Harriet Tubman.
Ooh, that went through my mind, too.
U.S. postage abbreviation for Maine, M-E. Very good. Did you write one out to Maine, Bet?
No, I just...
Okay.
What did you mean? He put a little finger in there. What does that have to do with...
Like, I had to pretend like I was writing a letter.
Oh, you just knew.
Yeah.
Who wrote the novel Pride and Prejudice? Jane Austen.
Oh,
Jane Austen.
we heard of Jane Austen.
We've heard of her, yes. We have.
Did
she just die?
We've asked this question many times.
Oh, that's fine.
Many times.
I think we need to start implementing Are You Smarter Than Kyle Wallace?
No, not at all.
This is so good.
No, it's just engaging. It's different when you want to know.
I have tears running down my face right now.
Are you smarter than Ben Brust or Kyle Wallace?
Well, I was smarter than both of y'all today, and that's a shame. A damn shame.
How many legs does a butterfly have? I like how Kyle doesn't even guess. He's like, I don't know. 6. And the U.S. state that's nicknamed the Treasure State. I don't know why. Montana. The Treasure State.
That's a victory courtesy of Palermo's Pizza, baby. I'm sticking a Screamin' Sicilian, and whether it be a thin and crispy, a tavern style, a 2.5 feet of stuffed crust cheese, or a Screamin' Sicilian, that all were delivered to our offices. And they said, Ben, you can take some home. You guys can have a frozen pizza Friday like you always do. It is a frozen pizza Friday type week. I can tell you that much. So check out Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer because it's only the best pizza you can find anywhere in the world. And it's right here. You can get it at your local grocer's freezer for Palermo's Pizza. Thin and crispy, like I mentioned, is probably the go-to when I'm looking to just house the whole thing and not feel guilty. Screamin' Sicilian, the OG Screamins, I still house the whole thing. Usually do that after a basketball win. Find your Screamin' pleasure in your local grocer's freezer. Yes, Drove.
So Kyle just said, hey, didn't Jane Austen just die? She died in 1870.
Why are we laughing at someone who died?
Wrong year.
Wrong year.
200 years
Who's
ago.
the short-haired white woman who is all
She
about...
died 210 years ago.
And give her credit. Pride and Prejudice in the 1800s? I want to read that book. What was that about?
You started book club.
It's had staying power.
I guess
Think about
so.
that.
Jane Austen, man. I'm thinking Jane Goodell. I don't know.
Did she
Who?
just die?
Goodall, the one with the monkeys.
Yeah, she died like 2004.
Damn, she did too.
I think when we go through the answers moving forward,
Oh my God.
maybe Kyle needs to leave the room too. I don't know what's going on here.
We got to do something with Kyle. I have tears all over. I can't.
No, I
sit.
like to
Go
see that
break.
sit in. I like to see that sit in.
It is hilarious.
Go to break.
Should Goody trade a first-round pick?
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
But what I've heard is very nutritious.
I was actually about to ask.
very
This is the
nutritious.
last conversation on it. Did you taste it? Hey, come on. Did you taste it?
You got to. You got to make sure that it's good and good for your baby.
Yeah.
I know Jonathan Brust has. I have not yet.
Okay.
I definitely am.
You might as well take a little shot.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, a.k.a. fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Spooktacular savings are happening right now at Metro Ford of Madison. With 212 new vehicles available for purchase, qualified buyers can get 90 days deferred payments. The 24 Ford F-150 is available with 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, $15.54 per thousand borrowed, plus $3,000 total cash. Check out the 24 Ford Mach-E with 1.9 APR financing for 72 months, plus a free EV charger and home installation. Hurry to Metro Ford of Madison today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we've helped tens of thousands of families after a serious accident. Our priority has always been our clients. We're here for you whenever you may need us. One call, that's all.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Crystal Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. And as always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices guaranteed.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Heads up, athletes, coaches, and parents. Play for life, not just points. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM, is the leading cause of sudden cardiac death, especially in black athletes in sports like football or basketball. Learn more at heart.org/HCM student athlete.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Cool. Although I won, the highlight is Kyle thinking he knew. What was her name? Jane Austen.
Jane Austen.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have thought she would have died the last 20 years too.
I mean,
we're not so different, you and I.
well, unfortunately for me, we're not.
Well, and it's funny how when we were going through the answer, Kyle was like, "You thought the same thing too." He's trying to get me a part of his nonsense.
I didn't know what I would get.
But what you need to do is ditch the channel surfing and grab your phone and open the ESPN app, because there's a where to watch feature, and it's amazing. Utilized it the other day because I was like, there's so much stuff going on. College football. If you want to know where the Bucks are tipping off, you know where to go. It's the ESPN app for your answer of where to get it, what stream it's on, what channel it's on, where's the green and gold game. You have the answer at the palm of your hands, and it's ESPN app's Where to Watch tab. Say goodbye to the frustration and enjoy watching sports like I have. Download the ESPN app from your app store and find the Where to Watch TV icon. Now, I have a question off the rip here. Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Would the Packers' record be any different this year without the likes of Jordan Morgan, Lucas Van Ness, Devontae Wyatt, Quay Walker, and Eric Stokes. They would have filled those positions with maybe not draft picks, but filled the roster. But do you believe that their record would be any different?
Not with those guys named, no.
Those are the last 5 first-round draft picks from Brian Gutekunst. The reason why I bring that up is because in the valuing of first-round draft picks that Goody loves to have, man, use what you got and go get a game wrecker, because as we were discussing before the show, we all watch football except Kyle. He doesn't really like sports. He was probably watching 30 Day, 90 Day, or Love is Blind, or whatever trash TV he watches. TJ Watt was a game wrecker. I'm not reliving Kevin King, TJ Watt. I'm bringing up the idea of the overvaluing of first-round draft picks, especially with what you've seen the last 5 years. Now, Goody's cooked in other rounds. I'm not saying he's not. But, man, it might be time to think about leveraging one of those to get a game wrecker. Am I wrong, or am I right, or am I right is what I was going for.
I mean, when I watched that game last night and saw TJ Watt strip sack Daniel Jones, we talked about this a little bit pre-show. Gosh, that's the problem with the Green Bay Packers. They don't have that guy. So the question that you're posing, Ben, is the right question. What's it going to take to get that guy? The quickest way to do that this season is to trade something of extreme value to get a guy like Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, whoever else, right? It would take a first rounder or multiple first rounders. Part of me is tempted to do it, but I just can't do it. I just can't do it, even with Goody's recent struggles with first-round draft picks, for 2 reasons. 1, early in his drafting ability, he's shown the ability to go get guys, because he did get Jordan Love. Because if we're gonna do the first-round draft pick game, he did get Jordan Love. He did get Jair Alexander. I mean,
I'm going back. I went 21 to present.
Yeah, but at 20, he got Jordan Love, Rashawn Gary in 2019, whatever, 2018, Jair Alexander. So those guys, for sure, are marquee guys on the Green Bay Packers. If you draft well, what this was saying is that you just don't trust Goody, and Goody is unfit to take first-round draft picks, because first-round draft picks should be some of the most coveted things and coveted assets you have as a team, because you can get what should be a marquee player at a discounted rate for several years. You can build a team around that. Now, just like those guys, though, are a coin flip, making a trade during the season, that can also be a coin flip. It's not like trades during the season always work out. But
if you're utilizing a first-round draft pick, you're likely getting an impact player. And what you had just mentioned is why I'm bringing this up, because these guys, when I say, are any of them going to change the Green Bay Packers record if they're not here, you're saying, not particularly, no. Then I'm bringing up the idea that it might be an okay idea to move from a first-round draft pick to bring somebody in to help this team, especially in the pass rush scenario.
But all I'm saying is that the idea, draft picks, when done,
you're risk averse. You're risk averse. You're a financial guy.
First round draft picks are so incredibly valuable. You should be able to draft well. You should be able to get a guy of impact, and you should be able to get him cheap. That is how you build Super Bowl teams. The problem is Goody hasn't done that recently, which makes it tempting to do, but I'm not willing to take away that future asset, because he should be better at this. And I trust that he will be.
I think one thing that you're missing here, Brad, is that the Packers are Super Bowl ready, right? The window is wide open, and bringing in another young development talent from the first round. Yes, we love the potential that they could have, but I think Ben has a great point. You've taken a lot of swings and you had a lot of misses, and one of the guys that you thought you actually hit a home run on is Rashawn Gary, and he is struggling for you this year. He's not the guy he's not playing as the guy that you expected him to be, right? You expected him to be a game wrecker. You expect him against the Jacksonville Jags, what he does on that last drive, he finds a way to sack Trevor Lawrence in the game, right? But that is not something that has happened this year, and so for the Green Bay Packers, in order to elevate their roster and elevate their play, if they had a defensive game record like a Myles Garrett, if they had somebody that was just truly a good dude that could make plays,
Max
at the end
Crosby,
of the game,
Trey Hendrickson.
But if they had somebody who can change the game on defense and put other teams away, that makes us that much closer to a Super Bowl. I know we love first-round picks because they have so much value and they have so much dreams and aspirations of what they could be. Unfortunately, that hasn't come to fruition for the Green Bay Packers for a lot of these first-round picks. You know what's more important than a first-round pick, Brad?
Title.
Hoisting the Lombardi Trophy.
You think any Packer fan would care with the draft in Green Bay next year if they had a Lombardi Trophy?
Well,
only Goody would care.
No, they wouldn't.
and Roger Goodell probably too.
But you guys are saying, this is the other part that I have a little bit of issue with it. And maybe it's just like the financial mind in me, but the amount of investment already in the D-line 3 or 4 first-round draft picks and 25% of your cap. So you're willing to say another probably at least 5% of your cap to whoever you bring in, like Max Crosby. I think he's making like $15 million a year, plus another future first-round draft pick. I mean, that is just throwing so much resources at a position group. At some point, you just have to say, stop. We got what we got, and we need to make the best of it. And I have been vocal in my criticism of the D-line. But to just throw more assets and more money at it, I don't think is the answer.
Brett, I hate to bring up old wounds, but my memory isn't the best, and I think you played in the Super Bowl probably
Don't go there,
a
Kyle.
decade ago.
Don't you go there.
Did the Broncos buy a championship with getting a lot of great defensive players on that side of the ball?
Well, I don't know how they acquired their defense, but their defense was elite.
They had an elite and they had an elite defense, and I think they might have signed some people. There's something around.
They probably
there, right?
did. They probably
and
did.
then I think back to the Rams, right? The Rams did everything they could in order to win a championship, and right now they have to reconfigure some things and are trying to stay relevant. But overall,
But they had to leverage a lot more than the Packers would have to leverage for just one guy.
And look what San Francisco.
They did go all in.
San Francisco continues to try to go all in because they got Trent Williams at offensive tackle. They got Christian McCaffrey, who's hurt this year, right? They've done what they had to in order to bring in guys that can help them get them over the hump. That's what it's about, Brad. It's not about what the future could hold. It's about now.
But you're right. So the Broncos with Manning, they went all in for that defense and that offense to win a championship, and they did. And the Rams did the same thing. What's happened since they won those Super Bowls? The Broncos haven't been back to the playoffs. It's been almost 10 years. And the Rams stink. So that is also the risk of going all in, because you sacrifice your future draft picks, your future cap to win now, and the Broncos have nothing to show since that happened.
I guess I understand your point. What I will continue to harp is this is one time, not each year, sending to pick up the guy midseason. This is a window in which you feel as if this team is 6-2 and hasn't even hit their stride, and they're missing a key cog on the defensive line that you're watching TJ Watt do something to help the Steelers get a victory. What could that player do for the Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions, and not just this week, but moving forward against the Bears and the Vikings and the Niners and all the teams they play and heading into the playoffs? Because when's the last time that in the playoffs there's been a defensive game wrecker that's helped the Packers get to that next point?
Boy, I mean, since their Super Bowl run, I guess you had Woodson and Clay Matthews, and before that, Reggie White. But there always is a defensive playmaker. If you do this route, you just have to recognize we're overpaying. We're overpaying for somebody to try to do one big Super Bowl push.
800-990-3776. Quickly, Chris in Muskego, you're up on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Yeah, if they could get someone this year, I'd trade away the first-round draft pick. But then go back and match all of Goody's first-round pick with all the other 30 teams in the league and how many hit and missed on their first-round picks. I mean,
it's a macro problem for sure. I mean, not every team hits every first-round pick. I'm using the 5 that when I hear nobody say like, "Oh yeah, we'd be 4-4 without these guys." Like, that's just not the case. We're looking at guys that still haven't made as big. We can say, hey, Devontae Wyatt's been a good story, but then he kind of went back to earth after injury. Like, these aren't game-changing guys.
Do they win at Jacksonville without Devontae Wyatt?
I mean, it was Edrin Cooper, the second-round pick, who forced the fumble. Now, Wyatt did a great job boxing out to recover that fumble, but it was still Edrin Cooper, who was not a first-round pick.
I know.
That dude.
I loved it.
I mean, the reality is Goody should exchange his first-round picks for multiple 2s and 3s and 5s. That seems to be where he cooks.
But those are the guys that are elevating their level of play for the Green Bay Packers, and this is the key thing. Ben asked whether or not will we be 4-4? I don't care what will be with the guys that we have now. I care about who are the guys that are going to rise to the occasion during the playoffs. And what I know right now, I can't pick anybody on that defensive line that I feel confident that we are in the NFC Championship and the other team is driving down. And I know Rashawn Gary or Lucas Van Ness or even Devontae Wyatt or Kenny Clark are going to get to the quarterback and make a sack to end the game. I don't have confidence that they'll be able to do that. That's the guy that I want.
Here's what I do know. Jim Rutledge of Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN Madison from 4 to 6 has issue with Packer fans picking on the Bears fans and all this. He's got such a hard life. Alex Strofe said, ha, 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 the Bears, and it lives rent-free in Jim Rutledge's head, just like I do. But we're going to have that Jim Rutledge join us and discuss how bad his Bears are and why he's insufferable next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I was like, it's the 4-1-4 hour at 4.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the kid who like got picked on the sports team. I was like, "Oh, you want me? No way!" Because all last week, it was so much fun to do that, and I was like, "Well, I guess it's back to Kyle doing it now." When you said, "Want to do it with me?" I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it."
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Crystal Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. And as always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices guaranteed.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 100.5 ESPN.
Lillard's going to tee up a three, and he splashes it through for the left wing.
Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, the official beer of the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Bucks dropped their third straight, falling to the defending NBA champion Celtics 119-108 in Boston. Milwaukee led by 3 at halftime before being outscored 66-52 in the second half.
I don't like moral victories, but I just thought that's what we can be, at least for 3 quarters. Thought we kind of, ran out of gas.
Giannis finished with a double-double, 30 points and 10 rebounds to go along with 6 assists, but turned the ball over 7 times on the night.
Dumps it down low to Giannis. Giannis spins off Brown, and then he flushes it through with a one-hand dunk. Giannis with a quick corkscrew down low. He's got 26 points now on 12 of 23 shooting.
Damian Lillard led the Deer with a game-high 33 points. The 1-3 Bucks wrap up their 3-game road trip Thursday night against the Memphis Grizzlies. Tip-off is at 7.
This has been your Milwaukee Basketball Report on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
Just announced 1.99% APR on select new 2024 Audis. Eligible models include Q5s, e-trons, and more. Or you can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. All offers require qualified credit through Audi Financial Services. See dealer for details. Offer ends October 31st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Pizza Hut's wings are the best thing to happen to pizza night since, well, pizza. Introducing Pizza Hut's new Big Boneless Wing Bundle. For only $15.99, enjoy 16 crispy boneless wings in 2 different flavors, 2 dipping sauces, and a double order of fries. The wings are sauced and tossed to perfection and available in 9 flavors like honey barbecue, garlic parmesan, and sweet chili. It's the perfect bundle for game days, girls' nights, family night, or any tailgate party. Order now on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Hey, it's Matt Hamilton here, and as a proud Wisconsinite, I'm all about supporting local. And there's nothing more local than Metcalf's Market. Fall is in the air, and Metcalf's is your go-to for all things seasonal. From Wisconsin-grown carving pumpkins, pie pumpkins, and colorful gourds to the freshest apples from Munchkie Apples in Mount Horeb. Craving something sweet? You've got to try the Munchkie Apple Cider Donuts, made with those locally grown apples. Stop by their locations at Hilldale, near Westtown Mall, or in Wauwatosa. If you're looking for a gourd deal, look no further than Metcalf's Market, and bring local home.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
The Bears still suck. The Bears.
Kudos to the listeners here. I haven't got a lot of trolling texts about the Bears and the Hail Mary. And I saw Alex Strofe tweet some things, and there's a couple things that drive me insane. One, Packer fans, some, act like, oh, Bears aren't even a rivalry, I don't care. The Packers own the rivalry, absolutely, but it's a rivalry because when the Bears lose, there was people rolling in like a pig in crap to be able to enjoy it, just like it was with the double doink. Anytime that there is pain for Bears fans, Packer fans love to jump on it.
Joining us now on Kyle Brust Nortman is that voice you heard from Jim, Matt, and Molly. It is Jim Rutledge.
Hey, Jim, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, fellas. How are you?
Oh, that's not real. Be sincere. You
I
feeling
am
great?
being sincere. The Chicago
wow.
Bears at this point in the season last year when they won 7 games, I think had 1 win. Eberflus is probably working his way to get fired, which is probably the right decision. But they're 4-3. They got a quarterback for the future. It was a bummer of a loss.
He looked really good on Sunday, didn't
he looked really good in the fourth quarter, Kyle. He did. He
Only saw,
did
like, 2
three.
drives. He
Yeah,
gave them 2
3
drives.
straight scoring drives to get the Bears in position to win that game. No,
12 whole points, huh?
Hey, it mattered in the fourth quarter.
It was 15. 15
Yeah,
whole points.
yeah.
15.
So, yeah.
Whole, I love how you're
Anyways.
saying whole points.
Yeah, it's
is my
15
favorite
whole
part.
points. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I wish the Packers
man. Jordan Love never had any bad games. His 4th year in the league, first year as a starter. You're right. You didn't have any bad games. So.
Now, I just want to ask you, Jim, why do you feel as if that Packer fans love to dance on Bears fans when there's pain?
Well, I mean, it's not a feel, it's a fact. Facts don't care about your feelings, Ben. But I would say that, look, it could just be my social media algorithm. But when I open it up, all I see is the same people that took more pleasure in the Cubs losing than the Brewers winning are the same people that take a lot of pleasure and they act like they don't care. But every time there's a nasty Bears loss, they love to dunk on it. And I'm not saying Bear fans are clear. The Bear fans do the same thing. My whole point is, I think fans pretending one fan base isn't just as salty and pathetic when a fan base loses is just lying. We all want to hate.
Stop.
We all
The
want to
Bears
hate.
fans. The Bears fans love watching the Packers lose in the playoffs.
Oh, and
Stop
so
it.
do
Stop
you.
it.
You love watching the Bears lose in the regular season. What does that make you? That makes you a giant loser. Getting all
that
excited
makes me-
about the Bears losing in the regular season.
I
At
love
least
how-
you know what we do get to
At
do a
least
lot
we
of?
what?
Watch
At
the
least we
Packers
what?
lose in the playoffs. We get to see a lot
you're
of that.
forced to. You're forced to watch it. The Bears game just so happen may be on. But we're marquee
you're
matchups
right. You're
week
right.
in,
So
week
we're
out,
forced to watch it,
especially come
Kyle.
January.
But yet you have to seek it out. Which is more pathetic? Seeking it out on a Sunday, a beautiful Sunday, or on a January Sunday when it's cold outside, we watch the playoff game. You're seeking it out on a beautiful day. Which is more pathetic? I think you answered your own question. You answered your own question. It was gorgeous on Sunday. Your team pulled out a sad-ass victory against Jacksonville, and then you're rolling around in the misery of Bears fans because you got nothing better to do on a Sunday. So who is more pathetic?
I think the person that's most pathetic is the person each and every year that at the beginning of the year they believe that they have something special.
Oh, hope is sad, huh? Hope is sad?
Hope is sad for y'all. It's sad. Every year it's sad. I think for you, just like I told Jonathan Brust, Bryn Brust's older brother, just like I'm going to tell you, you should be arrested by the Child Protective Services for making your children endure you and endure the Chicago Bears. Shame
I
on
think you should be
Shame
arrested for
on
trying
you.
to push this green and gold agenda on poor Packer fans. Just because you're born in a state, you're supposed to be indoctrinated into it. Why
That's
don't
the
we
problem.
just
You
indoctrinate?
don't love Wisconsin. You don't love Wisconsin
Oh,
like we
I
do.
love the
Go
Milwaukee
Pack, go, baby.
Bucks.
You
I love the
chose
Wisconsin
you
Badgers.
chose this route.
Hey, I chose my family, and my family's a Bears fan, so I'm riding with them.
Not smart.
Jim Rutledge joining us here on Kyle Brust and Nortman, and I think James the Postman echoes a lot of what Kyle is saying. He loves to dance on the Bears when they lose because Bears fans are delusional and always think they're
Every
good.
fan is
We don't do that
delusional.
with
Packers
the Lions
think they're gonna
or
win a
the
Super Bowl.
Vikings.
My daughter's 11. She doesn't know the Packers is a winner. But Packer fans act like they're title town. New England's title town. Hell, Chicago's title town if you count for NBA titles because they're a real city that's got more than one team in it. So, like, Packers call themselves title town. You're right. You're a small-ass town. Chicago's championship city. New England's a championship city. So, yes, delusion. Packer fans are the same grouping. Brewer fans are delusional. They've never won a World Series yet. Every year they think they're going to win one. Isn't that absolutely delusional?
It's not delusional.
Brad
Nortman has a comment for you as his microphone isn't working. Brad,
Am I
you're
working
up.
now? Hey, we're working now.
Now it's like
I
a
think
disembodied voice of Brad Nortman on the video.
I think the difference is that makes it so easy for Packer fans to dance on the Bears' grave is that it's that delusional aspect, right? Is that like every year, especially since I've like returned back to Wisconsin, I'm able to hear more of the rhetoric of the Bears and the Packers. Every year, there's like this
cool way to say you played in the NFL there.
That's right. There's this feeling that like the Bears, like this is the year. Like this is the year for the Bears.
Because we're diehard fans.
But compare that to other
delusional fans.
But compare that to other fan bases, like when I played for the Jags or the Lions, or not the Jags or the Panthers, or thinking about the Lions. There are these fan bases that have experienced the same level of pain as the Bears, and there's an acceptance. They're like, yeah, we stink, and until we're proven otherwise, like how can we have the same level of
Bear
confidence?
fans is that like we try to be excited every year, but again, the Brewers have never won a World Series, so why the hell would you ever think you're going to win a World Series? It's not realistic.
Because they make the playoffs 6 out of 7 years. They win the Central Division.
What do they do? Hey, Kyle, what have they done every year of their existence? Never won a World Series. So under your logic of the Bears fans will always suck because
they're
never
putting themselves in position.
Exactly. The Bears don't even put themselves. You just said no.
The Brewers aren't putting themselves in position. They always leave themselves $20 million short. They always leave themselves. Oh, the Brewers always come up short. The Brewers have been. The Brewers are born losers. They always lose. Yet you think they're going to win every year.
How did this turn into you yelling about the Brewers?
I'm just saying.
What are you
I'm talking about delusional sports fans.
Delusional
sports fans. If you think you're going to win the World Series as a Brewers fan, then you're insane.
Jim, you know the NFL is king. You know the NFL is king. Don't bring the Brewers into this.
Brewers fans are good fans because every year they delusionally believe they're going to go to the World Series.
Jim,
who's in the World Series?
Completely different when it comes to the
teams.
cap and everything.
Right?
Are you guys making the playoffs?
Right, Brad, you just proved my point. It's even more delusional to think that the Brewers are going to go to the World Series because they can't afford it. But yet somehow every year Brewer fans are good fans and they show up ready to go. So
they have success. They win the division. They make the playoffs. They're like in the mix.
There's something to root for.
Like until the Bears like consistently make the playoffs, I think that's all it is from like a Packers fan or even like an outside fan perspective.
Right,
it looks like
he's trying to throw one team under the bus.
I'm just giving you facts, Kyle, and you don't like it. You just spin it. I'm just saying if it's delusional to root for one team that's never done it, why would it be delusional to root for another? That's all.
I want to bring in Alex Strofe, who just simply tweeted, ha, 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 the Bears still suck.
That was so awesome. Hey, Jim, you remember when the Bears did that thing on Sunday? That was so awesome. Hey, it's the wacky wavell inflatable balloon guy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, brother. I'm really good after watching Tyring Stevenson be a
You
complete
took more
clown
joy
show.
in that than I took sorrow in it. But you know what? I'll give you credit because that's fandom. Fandom is getting excited about your team and caring if they win and being devastated if they lose and then laughing and dancing on the grave of your rival.
Hey, man,
and
if
that's what you
roles
did.
were reversed, you would have done the same thing, and you know it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I took a lot of pleasure in a lot of, like when Jordan Love choked last year and threw that crossbody Brett Favre pick against the 49ers. That was gorgeous.
In the playoffs? You like watching us in the playoffs?
Hey, you know what, Kyle?
It's
you know
your
why?
January tradition,
You know what,
isn't it?
Kyle?
The
It
whole
hurt you more.
household just sits
Hey, you
there
know
and
what,
watch
Kyle?
the Packers.
You know what, Kyle? It hurt you
fam,
more
it's
than it
time
hurt
to
me.
watch the Packers.
Hey, your Sunday tradition is, hey, it's gorgeous outside. It's 66 degrees. My team barely beat Jacksonville. Let's go watch the Bears on a beautiful Sunday in Wisconsin. I don't know. That's a pretty sad
to be fair,
family
that Hail
tradition,
Mary
too.
was so bad, it was shown everywhere.
Yeah.
Over and over.
It was something in me because I usually don't watch Bears games, but I said, you know what? For some reason, I kind of want to see the end of this game. Maybe the Lord was speaking to me because he said, Kyle, you want to see this live. You got to see it live. And boy, oh boy, it was a blessing.
But
it was
honestly,
a blessing.
you guys are overblowing it.
And Commanders!
Look, the whole point, I said the same thing for the Packers. The whole point is the Bears need to figure out they got a quarterback, and they're trending in that direction. Caleb Williams.
Touchdown! Está dentro!
I don't know what that is. Actually,
You know now.
The call.
Goodbye! Buenas noches, Chicago!
I don't know what that was. The call from Jeff Joniak was actually better for the sadness of his voice dipping as the ball is caught for ESPN Chicago, our sister
Looking
station.
for something. He's got
There it
plenty
is.
of time. Launches
That's a producer.
deep pass into the area of the end zone. And it's caught by Noah Brown.
And it's caught by Noah Brown. That's beautiful. That was great.
He's used to it. Yeah, you all are used to it. This is what happens.
Right,
This is what
just like,
happens every
okay,
year.
all righty.
Yeah,
We'll
just
see.
like what happens in the play. We'll see what. So tell
We'll
me,
see.
You're
We'll
making the
see.
playoffs? You're
He
making
said
the playoffs?
we'll see.
Wait, you going to make the playoffs this year?
I don't love Eberflus as the coach, but I think the Bears have a chance for 9. Actually, in my perfect world right now, they win 8 games, fire and bring in Ben Johnson. and Caleb continues to climb because he's getting better each week.
That would hurt.
Through 7 games, he's statistically
That would be
better.
kind of fun, though.
It'd be fun, but it would hurt.
Johnson leaves Detroit, goes to Chicago. You've got a young quarterback at Chicago. You've got an up-and-coming team in Green Bay. Detroit's a powerhouse. Minnesota's on the up and up. Oh, baby, I'd love a good
That would make
NFC
for a
North.
fun division.
Yeah,
Bears
don't get it right.
Caleb Williams through his first 7 games is better
Jim,
statistically
what is your,
than Jordan Love in his
what's your
first
Twitter
7
handle?
games. At Jim Rutledge.
At Jim Rutledge is where you need to go, not 800-990-3776. Please let him know personally how you feel, because I can't read all these to Jim right now.
Jim,
Yeah.
who's a better quarterback, Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams?
Today, Jaden Daniels. I do think I think they're both going to be very good, but I think Caleb, we watch him play.
Where's the spin? Where's the spin?
There's no spin.
Where's the spin?
There's no spin.
Who has better offensive weapons,
well-
Jaden Daniels or Mr. Williams?
Well, do you consider the offensive coordinator an offensive weapon?
Here we go.
Well, here we go. What are we doing here? I asked you a question.
I
See,
just-
you
at
don't
the
want
end of the
answers to
day-
the question.
at
I think
the end of
Caleb
the day-
Williams is going to be a really good quarterback. I think he's going to be. I would say he will compete with Jordan Love to be the best quarterback in the NFC North. I don't think either one of them are going to be in the quarterback.
He's the 4th best now, I can tell you that. Actually, 5th best.
Well, tell you what,
I'll take
Kyle,
Lee-
and I
Lee
said it
Cooper.
earlier, and you guys all ignored me. Through 7 games, Caleb Williams statistically across the board is better than Jordan Love in his first year as a starter, not year 4 in the league. First year as a starter, first 7 games, Caleb Williams has a higher completion percentage, less interceptions, 50 less yards, and 2 less touchdowns through their first 7 games as starters.
Man.
How many less wins?
Packers, what were the Packers at this point? I think they were 4-3, buddy. Nice try, though. Thank you.
You
Thank you.
buddied.
You just got buddied.
He buddied you.
I thought we were
I'm
talking
going to call
about
this
this
one a wash right now because Kyle got buddied, but Rip and Rona did chime in with the Bears fan tradition. Watching the Packers play in January was probably the best from Kyle there. We'll call it a wash right now. Kyle?
There's no competition.
You're right. Caleb's
Who am I
on the come
competing
up.
with? I don't compete with losers.
You got
That's all you
buddied.
know is L.
You got buddied.
Again, coming from a Brewers fan, you know a lot about L's, buddy.
Are you not a
A
Brewers
double buddy.
Double buddy. You got double buddy.
Look, you're the king of losers. You guys, I don't know why Brewer fans ever act like they're going to win a World Series. They can't afford it.
That's
Jim
enough.
not-
I'm not,
can't
get
afford
him,
it.
get him out.
You
I'm
can't
not-
afford
Thank you,
it.
Jim.
You can't afford
No, he's a Cubs
a
fan.
World
Thank you,
Series.
Jim.
my
Thank you,
God.
Jim.
Can't afford a
I'm
World
not going to
Series.
stand for the Brewer slander right now.
Still too soon.
It's still too soon.
That's what Bears fans do when they can't win on the conversation about football. They want to throw other stuff into it, and they got our whole manager down there in Chicago when they're worse.
I just need to know where you're at, bro. You just got buddied twice.
You know, I really wasn't paying attention to being buddy. That ain't nothing.
Well, what is the lowest level of like nicknames? Is it pal? If you get palled, if you get buddied, what's the lowest on
Dork.
the respect poll?
Dork's a good one.
Well, Dork's more personal. Though.
Chief?
Chief's pretty bad. That's
pretty
Boss.
low.
I don't
boss.
know.
Yeah, you don't wanna
Hey,
be a
boss.
Listen here, boss.
Hey, boss.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
don't
one,
know.
boss.
Hey, listen here. I don't know,
Buddy.
buddy. I guess buddy's a good one.
Buddied.
What about like those are
I don't know. Buddy might be
Bozo'd?
number one. But Buddy might be number one. We'll be back. Kyle Brust and Ortman. I don't know what that accomplished, but I enjoyed it. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
The comments were so mean, but they also were kind of funny.
Wait, I didn't see the
They
comments.
said popcorn back in middle school must have been tough.
Please don't pick me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Madison Axe. Enjoy axe throwing, craft beers, bags, shuffleboarding, and more fun at Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Visit MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today. A big-time stretch awaits Wisconsin football for the rest of the regular season. Their final 4 games, Iowa, Oregon, Nebraska, and Minnesota. Luke Fickell's primary focus, take it a week at a time with all eyes locked in on the Hawkeyes.
It's been mentioned about Iowa as the toughness thing. If you don't match or outmatch their toughness, that you have a chance to win. You're fooling yourself. We don't have to look a whole lot further than this week in particular and that in particular. Regardless of what the rest of the year looks like, that's going to be the first and foremost thing that we got to make sure we understand.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's always pressure. You got to find ways to deal with that pressure and handle it as best you can to be the best.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
Obviously, there's going to be things that turn up along the way. You got to be able to adjust.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
After leaving Sunday's win over the Jacksonville Jaguars with a groin injury, quarterback Jordan Love listed as day-to-day following a diagnosis on Monday. Head coach Matt LaFleur non-committal about Love's status this weekend as they get ready to host the first-place Detroit Lions of the NFC North.
He seemed like in good spirits. If he can go, he'll go. We'll see where he's at by the end of the week, but if we feel like he can't protect himself, then we certainly wouldn't put him in that position.
With Love or without Love, the winner is in sole possession of first place in the NFC North Sunday. It's Packers-Lions, a 3:25 kick at Lambeau Field. I'm Alex Grove.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Heads up, athletes, coaches, and parents. Play for life, not just points. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM, is the leading cause of sudden cardiac death, especially in black athletes in sports like football or basketball. Learn more at heart.org/HCM student athlete.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You'll laugh at Jim Rutledge, but you won't laugh. Don't let her. You'll have a good time. You might laugh. You might find. Actually, let's get Maddie on the horn here. Because you might laugh and find a crush and find somebody that you really want to get to know because it's a community environment. It's community atmosphere at the Princeton Club. Is it not, Maddie?
You're bringing my crush, my Princeton Club crush, onto the air.
I mean,
he's cute.
Because you know why? He's investing in his health like you are.
Period.
Is there anything better?
No, nothing's better. I'm hoping to see him tonight, so fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed!
Fingers crossed.
Whether it's the 8 Madison locations or the New Berlin location, you can find your better tomorrow or a lifetime of tomorrow.
Fingers crossed.
Free childcare with the membership open 24/7. Strope, you're killing me with that voice back there. Over millions of dollars invested into upgrades. If you missed any of the first 2 hours of Kyle Brust and Nortman,
in your relationship, am I right?
Check us out at Wisconsin On Demand or watch us back on YouTube. We're back for another hour on 94.5 ESPN and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Up next, you have Jim Rutledge from who just joined us of Jim, Matt, and Molly, 100.5
Hey,
ESPN
Jim, have
Madison.
a great show, buddy.
He's definitely going to be angry. Watch out. And then the damn sports show in Beaver Dam. But don't go anywhere. Kyle Brust and Nortman, a lot to get to. 2 minutes. Just announced 1.99% APR on select new 2024 Audis. Eligible models include Q5s, e-trons, and more. Or you can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. All offers require qualified credit through Audi Financial Services. See dealer for details. Offer ends October 31st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure